here.
Yes! Yes! Praise God! Praise God! Hallelujah!
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APWSPORTS signing in, and welcome to Season 7 of Chicago Bears Weekly, episode number 1. In today's episode, we know training camp is right around the corner. As I'm recording this, we are literally a day away from veterans reporting to Bears training camp, and honestly, I'm just so happy that football is now finally back. Bears football is finally back, and today we are going to look into some storylines and things to watch out for heading into Bears training camp / the Bears preseason. Now, before I start this video, I want to wish a happy heavenly birthday to the GOAT. As you see, the guy that's right behind me, to the legendary GOAT, Walter Payton, aka Sweetness, the greatest running back to ever play the game of football, and then, of course, the greatest Chicago Bear ever. A shout out, a happy birthday to my older brother Don as well. I cannot do a video without really mentioning that my older brother's birthday is the same as Walter Payton's birthday, and a shout out to him. A big help as to why I even started this YouTube journey in the first place. But with that said and done, let's tackle some things that we're going to look at going into Bears training camp. Without further ado, let's dive into it.
Today's video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. For me, it is very important to have a VPN to protect my online privacy. It'd be very, very creepy if there was someone out there who kept a log of every single thing that you did online. So why let your internet provider really do that to you online? The best thing to do is to get yourself a VPN, and why not go with ExpressVPN, the best VPN available. Personally, I like it for the fact that you can unlock Netflix shows that you do not get in the US market. Now, one show that I've started to get myself into is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You search Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the US, doesn't come up, but you can switch your location to Canada and you can research Brooklyn Nine-Nine again, and bam, it pops up right then and there, and you can catch up on your episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now, if you click the link in the description below, you will get 3 free months of ExpressVPN. Just by clicking the link below and you sign up today, you will get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. All you have to do is click the link down below and you will get ExpressVPN. Now, let's just get back to the video.
Now, heading into training camp, we all know last season for the Bears was just giving us
So much pain! So much pain!
It is time to look forward to some things that we're going to watch out for in 2023, this training camp and this preseason. Now, we all know about the Bears offense in 2022, but I'm going to get into some of the Bears offensive things later on in this video. First thing I want to tackle, of course, is the Bears on the defensive side of the ball, which was one of the worst ranked run defenses that we've had in the NFL last year. 32nd. They were dead last, to be honest. And this Bears defense made some dramatic improvements. We're going to start from losing Roquan Smith to picking up Tremaine, Edmunds, picking up TJ Edwards, Javon Dexter, and Zach Pickens in the front. And we got another corner in Tyreek Stevenson in the draft. Now we're going to add Eddie Jackson coming back healthy, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, hopefully having fully healthy seasons, as both missed time last year with concussions and injuries, and Jalen Johnson as well coming back fully healthy. So we're talking about a Bears defense that went massive changes over the course of this offseason. Now, Matt Eberflus has been a defensive guy. I've seen a lot of people on social media calling for the head of defensive coordinator Alan Williams, but I feel as in this season in 2023, they have a lot more talent to work with, and one thing that we can look out for is how are the pieces going to fit into this Matt Eberflus, Allen Williams 4-3 defense. Now, Eddie Jackson coming back, I think is going to be a big help as far as him and Brisker playing off one another. They could get that cohesiveness throughout the course of the preseason, get that continuity back with the addition of Tyreek Stevenson to add to their corners, and Gordon and Johnson. And of course, how is Tremaine Edmunds going to be the leader and the captain of this defense, as the middle linebacker in these defenses are always guys that wear the green dot, which means they're the communicative person in this defense. TJ Edwards coming over from the Eagles, who had a very good season with them as well. One thing that is still glaringly missing from the Chicago Bears defense, and that is another thing to look out for, is how they're going to address the edge, as in they were dead last in sacks last year, and they really haven't addressed that edge rushing spot. There, of course, are going to be two names that I think, or possibly three names, that the Bears could possibly either a trade for or one sign. One, the signing could be Yannick Ngakoue, a guy that is a veteran. You can get him on a veteran kind of a minimum, had him up front to be that pass rush help, or to be kind of a bridge that could get over to next season. 2024, excuse me. Two guys that you could possibly get in a trade. One trade that has been talked about so much throughout the course of this offseason and as of late is a guy like Chase Young from the Washington Commanders. And I did a video about that. I'll leave that in the cards above. But just a brief thing, I would like to see that happen, as me being a Buckeye fan, of course, being him and a former Ohio State Buckeye. And I think he's still young, and his potential is still there to be one of the better pass rushers in this game if healthy, and that is the main question with Chase Young. And another guy that has been brought up as of late, I've seen on social media, is a guy like Bryce Huff from the New York Jets. Now, I personally don't think the New York Jets are probably going to trade him with some of the expectations that they have this year, but it's been a name that has been thrown around throughout so many circles and throughout so many media outlets as the Bears could possibly trade for him. But I think the two more likely of the scenario is Chase Young, because the Commanders, I don't see them having a sense of direction right now as far as where this team is going to go. And Yannick Ngakoue, who is still on the streets, you can get him for a cheaper deal, and you can get him to come in and be productive for a defense that is lacking pass rush ability. So some of the things to look out for is, how are the new guys going to be implemented into this defense? How are they going to fit? And of course, what are they going to do at that pass rushing edge position that really still hasn't been addressed at the time of me recording this video? So some of the things in the defensive unit, I think this Bears defense is going to be much improved from where they were in 2022, but I still think they're probably a couple of pieces away. I think they have a lot of building blocks with Edmunds, Edwards, Jalen Johnson. They're probably going to have to extend coming soon. Brisker, Gordon, guys like that coming up front. Dexter, Pickens, Justin Jones. I haven't even mentioned him, but he had a very good 2022. And has been a good part of this Bears defense, I think, coming into this year. So the Bears have some things to work with on the defensive side of the ball going into this training camp in preseason. But it's all a matter of how is it going to come together, and what are they going to do to address the edge rushing position that honestly still needs help. Now, of course, we're going to tackle the Bears on the offensive side of the ball, and the biggest thing that they've done is to get him a number one wide receiver and DJ Moore in the number one overall pick trade. And you have a guy like Chase Claypool, who is finally going to be spending a full offseason with the Bears, a full offseason to get himself acclimated with Justin Fields and this Luke Getsy offense. Then you have Darnell Mooney coming back for a healthy season. He was down, I think, in week 10 or 11 that was to the New York Jets last year. Now you get him coming healthy. So you have three capable wide receivers. And if they are healthy, I think looking into them is how are they going to be cohesion? How are they going to be utilized in this Luke Getsy offense with all three of them together? And you also have to throw Cole Kmet, a very good tight end. Robert Tonyan, who they signed in free agency from those damn Green Bay Packers, who I think could be a steal of a free agent pickup with some of the things that he can do as far as him being a big tight end and very physical in his own right. A guy like Foreman with David Montgomery leaving out of the door. They drafted Roshan Johnson who I think could be a very good steal in the draft as well, is that running back position. You bring back Khalil Herbert, who also missed some time last year due to injuries. You have some weapons around a guy like Justin Fields, who rushed for 1,000 yards last year. And some of the things we're going to be looking at this Bears offense, of course, is how is Darnell Wright, their first round tackle, going to play? How is he going to feel throughout the course of this preseason? What other things we're going to see from him as far as the building block on your offensive line? And can Braxton Jones on that opposite left side continue to improve in year 2 of his NFL career? One of the things that we're going to look out for, and I think the major thing, is how is this offensive line going to perform as far as pass protection and getting that continuity in their own right? Because they also had a lot of guys miss time last year, whether it's Leatherwood, whether it's Riley Reef last year. Cody Whitehair missed time with injury. Sam Mustipher, who they had last year. Lucas Patrick missed a ton of time with injury. And the only guy that really saw majority of snaps is Braxton Jones, the rookie. We're getting in a guy like Darnell Wright, who did not allow a sack in Tennessee, and that is crazy to even think of as far as in the SEC. We have to see how they incorporate with each other. And the number one thing that everybody's going to talk about is, can this Bears offense improve in the passing game from being dead last? Now, it was a hand scratcher to me personally, the fact that they kept Dante Pettis, the fact that they extended Equanimeous St. Brown, even though St. Brown, I believe, is more of a blocking receiver than he is a pass catcher. But I think you have some pass catching replacements in Claypool, DJ Moore, Mooney, Tunyon, who I think is a very good pass catching tight end, as well as Kmet. How is Justin Fields going to improve in the passing game from year 1, from year 2 to now in year 3 in this Chicago Bears team, and year 2 in the Luke Getsy offense? I did a video of that in my last season, Chicago Bears Weekly, as well, so I'll leave that there. Now, of course, in the preseason and training camp, you're not going to see but only so much of this offense being incorporated with each other, but some of the things that we could look for, of course, how are the pass concepts with this roster, and with Justin Fields going into year 3 of his development and year 2 of this system, is how is it all going to come together, and how is it all going to be a cohesive unit going into the regular season? And can this offense make themselves better from what they were last year, with the things that they've added and the things that they've done? Can they be a much improved offense from year 2 to year 3 in Justin Fields' career? Now, I honestly believe in Luke Getsy. He's going to come up with some different concepts now that the unit is starting to get incorporated with his system and with his offense. You have Tunyon, who had some experience with that system in Green Bay. Justin Fields is going into year 2, and we all know when it's coming to new offensive systems that it's going to take maybe a year, maybe 2, especially for a younger quarterback like Fields is, to really them start to open the playbook so much more. And that is something I believe will happen throughout the course of this training camp and preseason, is that they're going to open up a bit more of the offense, have Justin Fields use his legs, I think, a little bit less than what they were in 2022. I think it's going to be a lot less necessary with the weapons, and I think the improved offensive line that they have. So at the end of the day, from both sides of the football, when we're talking about the Chicago Bears, all of the things that we're going to look for is how can the pieces that they acquired during the course of this offseason come together. And number 2, I think the biggest thing is Justin Fields' development in year 2 in his Luke Getsy offense, and how can everything come together to make this a very much more successful season than what we dealt with in 2022. But I think the stars are starting to rise. I think the stars are looking up. I think things are looking up for the Chicago Bears team in 2023. Not to say that they're going to be the playoff contending team or the top echelon of teams. All we need is more improvement from not only Fields in the passing game, not only Luke Getsy and the concepts of the passing game, but the Bears on the defensive side of the ball as well, from run stopping to getting more improved play out of their team. And a guy I didn't even mention is Jack Sanborn. Is how is he going to be implemented into this old thing as well? So those are things that I think you're going to look out for both sides of the football, from the Chicago Bears during this training camp and also during this preseason. But hey, that concludes this first episode of Chicago Bears Weekly Season 7. And make sure you guys leave this video a like, continue to help this channel to grow. Comment your guys' thoughts. Is there anything I missed? Or what are you looking forward to seeing throughout the course of this Bears training camp. And as always, click the sub button so you can help the channel continue to grow. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.